of Esma's broken wrist and Robert.
I didn't know it was broken. I was like, let me back on. Like, I need to keep going. And I remember I got so drunk that night, as we all do.
All go to Nick's.
My parents were in town watching the race. The next morning, I texted my mom. I'm like, hey, I think I really need to go to urgent care. Something is actually wrong. And yeah, it ended up being broken.
This episode is sponsored by Bike Tires Direct, your one-stop shop for all things bikes. Use code Bonk Babes in all caps for 10% off your order at biketiresdirect.com. It's also brought to you by Road ID, durable ID gear for safety, peace of mind. Use code BonkBabes15 for 15% off your order at roadid.com/bonkbabes.
Hey guys, what's up? Today's podcast was supposed to be with Alexi, but then he ghosted us, so no, I'm joking. We're recording on Friday now, so we can just blame no, I'm joking. But yeah, we're back. Just Esma and I this week. Danni is
doing big girl
she's with
things.
Met. Yeah, she's getting some photo shoots done. Did she say that she's like doing some testing, some helmet testing too?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't know. She's at the Met headquarters. Yeah. Getting a new strawberry helmet, I think.
Yeah. Oh,
Better
true.
be.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Yeah.
Did you order your road ID?
I did. I ordered it. I had to jump on the Sophia pink. I just had to. I looked through the colors and there was the purple marbled one and some other pink ones, but Sophia's pink one is just perfect.
It literally matches my Aura ring too, because my Aura ring is the ceramic pink one.
And I got the gold plate too.
Yeah.
And I got a little dinosaur. The dinosaur.
Wait, that's cute.
The attachment.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It should be in the mail soon, probably today or tomorrow. And
yeah, mine shipped out really fast.
Yeah,
I got there in 2 days. I was like, dang.
I'm really excited to have it. I'm an accessory girl, so.
Yes, I was riding. Well, and it also feels like it's not there, honestly, because I was like, wait, because I used to wear a Whoop band. And so I was like, I wonder how I'm going to feel with something around my wrist 24/7. But I literally wore it to work one day because I was like, oh, maybe I'll just wear it when I'm riding, put it by my bike stuff and put it on. And then I was wearing it to work and I was like, oh, this actually doesn't.
Totally.
I was like, I didn't even know that it was on.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just going to end up wearing it everywhere.
Yeah. A new thing.
Yeah.
They'll make you know how Apple Watch, they make the gold chains to go around it, so that it's you can spice up your Apple Watch. We can put some rhinestones around the road ID.
Oh my gosh, wait, we should definitely bedazzle our road IDs.
Wait, that would be cute. I literally have I have a rhinestone kit
at my
house.
Of course you do.
Because there's that's true. On brand. There's there's this Instagram trend where you would, or TikTok thing where you would bedazzle the top of your medicine containers.
That's funny.
So we all put my roommates and I did it one night when we were watching a long 2-hour TV show. Yeah,
that's cute.
So maybe I will.
Yeah, you were in Indiana last week, huh?
Yeah. I just took my power test
in Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. With Trey? Was he behind you?
No.
Really?
I literally.
I actually did have Robert follow. It's a hack.
Well, I followed
ladies.
you on your once.
Oh, really? That's funny. I love when it's all the motivation when somebody's chasing you.
Yeah. Wait, that was 3 years ago, I think it was.
That was
when
a while ago.
Boulder, and I followed you. I kept thinking about that while I was taking my power test. I was like, oh, okay, Esma's such a baller. Doesn't get tired.
Are you happy?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't taken
Yeah, how does Drew do his power testing too?
Yeah, he had me. So on Training Peaks, he had me do he put it in. Let's see. It was 2 5-minute tempo warm-ups. And then 2 5-minute tempos and then 2 1-minute thresholds. And I think they both had 5 minutes in between. And then a 1 20-minute test.
Okay.
But I remember when I was with you, we both did a we both, I was drafting you. You did a 20-minute test. And when Trey used to coach me, I would do the 2 8-minute tests and then take it from there. And I was telling Trey, I was like, I feel like the 2 8-minute tests feel like cheating because like it's easier because you get the break in between. And then you have to go again.
Right.
Have you done any 8-minute ones?
I feel like I was actually scrolling back on my Training Peaks to see what Kindle had me do, because I critical power tested before I left for San Diego.
Critical power tested? What does that mean?
It's power testing. But you can.
That's critical?
Yeah. Well, you can test outside of 20 minutes. Like you can test 5 minutes and other stuff too. I can't find it on my Training Peaks. I forget exactly how we did it. I think I did a similar, like, I think I was doing like 1 minute openers, like a 5-minute tempo, a couple times, like really wanting to make sure you're open, because you have to think about how, and like I'm not a coach, so nobody like take
Nobody clock her.
this too seriously. But like for power testing, right? You're in the tempo mainly threshold, actually probably primarily
like
threshold.
all threshold,
Yeah, it should be, I guess, like threshold and up.
Or or above.
It's harder to like whack your legs in like during your warm up. Like I think for me as a rider, like I need a pretty sufficient warm up. But like doing those types of efforts over and over again can take off my top end, for example, right? But like I feel like people do I've had coaches before have me do 2 20-minute tests and then they take the average actually.
Oh my
So, which
gosh.
that sucks. Like that I did not perform well with those at all, because I was already
That's
like
crazy.
dreading doing a 20-minute test. So it's like, okay, we'll do 2
Then
and
2,
your average is worse. And like, is it maybe like more accurate? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. Everyone tests a little different, but I do know, I, being with Kindle the last year, I PR'd my last power test by
Slay.
a lot. And I was like, yes, let's go. Like, let's listen to the crit queens.
Yeah, the crit queens.
They know what they're doing. And it's just applicable for me, right? Like I'm with a coach who is a similar rider to me and understands like what I need. You don't have to be good at everything. I think that's something that's taken time for me to learn and be okay with, because I'm such a different rider than a lot of my friends here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm not averaging 180 watts on my endurance rides. And it's like, no, you're not. And like, you shouldn't be. And it's okay. It's okay that you're not. And like, I'm really good at something else, and to focus on that, and everything else just has to be good enough. And I don't have to be the best at it. So anyway, sorry I derailed your power testing convo.
No, I like that.
It went well.
I always learn good Esma wisdom. Because I remember, which is what I told the Zana girls. I told them, I was like, yeah, Esma always said, like, you can be good at everything. And if you tell yourself that you're only good at one thing, like, oh, I'm only a sprinter. Oh, I'm only an endurance person. And it's like, so many people, like all these gravel cyclists too, are probably like, oh, I'm an endurance cyclist because I do these longer gravel races. But then there's a 9-up women's sprint, you know?
Totally.
So it's like you can still do both.
Totally. And you're not going to be the best at all of it. But like, I think never put yourself in a box, right? Never put yourself in a box, but also don't spread yourself too thin.
Yeah. No, I've been trying. I was talking to Trey about this because I was like, at Mid-South, I feel like the rollers are really punchy. So I was like, I feel like I need more of like a top end instead of
just like a VO2 kick to like get over the top of them. Totally. Yeah, I think
I feel like I can hold the pace for like or like a, I don't know, a power wattage.
Well, and that's like something
for X amount, but
you can talk to Drew about this too, but like sometimes, like, if you're out on an endurance ride and you feel good, like, attack the hills, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
yeah, that's true.
ride your endurance, like, be within your range, but, like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're feeling good, and, like, that's the key, like, if you feel good,
Mm-hmm.
why not just attack up the hills, um,
Yeah.
and then get back to your endurance pace? So, I think if it's ends up detracting from your endurance ride, then, like, don't do it,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess I've always been told, if you feel good, ride upper endurance, and if you
Mm-hmm.
feel bad, ride lower endurance, and that's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
pretty big difference.
That's literally what I did on I had to check and make sure that I put the ice cream back in the freezer. It's
From
literally
this
11
morning.
it's 11 AM. I, like, literally you texted me and I was like, "Okay, let me just eat a few scoops." Well, I'm out of
Grace,
coffee
that's so
too, so
funny.
I'm out of coffee, so I'm like, I need something to, like, look forward to that tastes good.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, that's what yesterday I don't know why. I need to figure out, so I just got my Wahoo, like, I don't know,
Okay.
a month ago maybe. But
Head unit?
when you're yeah, and I have, like, the radar, like, the whole thing,
Oh,
because
yeah,
my
okay.
team's sponsored by Wahoo.
Nice.
But, like, okay, maybe this is just a me thing with, like, ADHD, but when I'm on the bike, I'm like, "Oh, my bike isn't shifting right." Like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I need to go and do this." Like, I need to tell Trey that, like, this is wrong with my bike, or, like, I need to fix this on my Wahoo so that, like, my average power shows up as, like, one of the main things,
Right.
and I need to change my colors to my actual zones. And then it's like I get back, put my bike
Just
away, I'm like, "Oh, so tired," eating food,
memory wipe.
showering, and then the next day, I go out riding, and I'm like, "Oh,
Same
dang it,
thing.
I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that," and it's, like, literally just a repetitive thing. So I, like, couldn't see my average power because it's not, like, set up to
Oh,
show it,
man.
because I just never did it. Yeah, so during Mid-South, I was trying to see my average power, and I was like, "Ah, dang it, it's not coming up on the screen because I didn't freaking
'Cause I
check
didn't do
before to
it
make
2 weeks
sure."
ago.
Yeah, it's, like, literally all my fault, like, it's self-inflicted. So then when I was riding, um "Oh, I wish I could see my average power," because I like to see if I can, like,
Oh, yeah.
remain the same
Yeah.
average power the first hour as I
Yep.
do, like, coming back.
Yeah.
And then I got back and I looked on my training peaks and it was like, "Oh, 155 watts was your average," which is, like, my
Uh-huh.
upper endurance, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh." And I was like, "Okay, I must have been feeling good," but
Clean.
I was like, last week was my rest week, so I was
Uh-huh.
like, "We shall see."
Yeah. Fresh legs are incredible.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I am going into a bit of a taper. I have some off days / easy days coming up. I have a big week with, like, lots of new stuff, a new job, and then first bike race next weekend.
Ooh.
So,
Wait, yeah,
um,
Sunny King? I saw that on
Sunny
your
King.
training peaks when you showed the screen.
Yeah, I know. It's like it kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it kinda, like, haunts me, right? It just, like,
Yes.
sits up there, like,
Yeah.
12
You're just
days
like,
to go.
yeah.
No, I'm so excited, though. It will be fun. I've never raced Sunny King, so it will be
Oh,
new.
really?
Yeah.
Wait, are you flying?
Yeah, we're actually flying to Atlanta
Okay.
and then driving to Alabama,
Uh-huh.
racing, and then driving back to, uh Atlanta, or, like, Georgia, Athens
Mhm.
area, and staying there until Athens. Twilight, the
Oh, wait,
weekend
so when's
afterwards.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
Athens is the weekend afterwards.
Mhm.
Do you
Yeah.
guys ride a lot during that week?
I think we will do a lot of team practice. Like, if
Team
I were to
practice.
guess, because we're gonna do Sunny King, which will be our first race together as a team, and
Mhm.
I think we will definitely be riding the next week and then doing a lot of, like, rotating pace lines, like, lead out practice,
Mm,
stuff like that. You definitely want to have
gotcha.
some volume in your legs, like, leading up, like, 2 days before, we'll do, like, a mini taper, right? Like, you'll probably
Mhm.
do a rest day 2 days out and then a endurance ride the day before. Usually you do a spin the morning of crit races too because they
Mhm.
are so late. Um, but you do want, like, a little bit of something in your legs. You don't want to be fully rested.
Yeah. How many people on your team are going?
I think
Caldera
6.
Aurora Medical Racing.
Caldera Medical Aurora Racing.
Wait,
I know it's a mouthful.
Shit. Dang it. Caldera Medical
Medical Aurea.
Aurea.
It's like Oreo,
I keep saying Aurora.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that a Disney princess?
I don't know. It's a city in Colorado, though.
Okay, well, maybe I'm just messed up. I just don't know. Wait, so yeah, how many people are racing?
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that the max that you can have for crits?
Most of them, yeah. I think some you can have more. Like, I think Armed Forces, there's not a limit. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can have more people at Armed Forces because we have 7 total riders.
Yeah. Is Sunny King and Athens Twilight, are both of them an hour long or longer? Because I know some.
You're asking great questions, Grace. They're always 60 to 75 minutes. They're probably both 75 minutes.
But this is what I was gonna say. Do you guys switch up? Well, I guess it's hard to say since you guys haven't done a race. But like generally, do crit teams switch up their tactics when it's 60 minutes instead of 75 or 75 instead of 60?
No, I think it's, at least like for me, it's so interchangeable. Like it doesn't even.
Like it's only a little bit more.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't feel like that though when it's the moment.
Yeah, definitely when you hit that hour mark and it's a 75-minute crit, you're like, it'd be nice if like this was the last lap.
That's literally what Alexi was talking about, or Sophia was talking about on the cooldown show.
Yeah.
With Mid-South was 106 miles. Yeah, it was Sophia. 106
and you
miles.
Hit 100 miles.
Like, yeah, you hit 100 and you're like, okay, 100 is good.
Totally.
This is what I came for.
This is it. And then usually, let's say you hit that 60-minute mark and like you only have 5 laps left, right? Or something, right? And you're like, okay, like I can do that, but it definitely feels like the longest 5 laps of your life.
Oh my gosh.
Just because you know it could have been. But I do think, I will say, I think the pro women deserve to be racing 75 minutes. Like we travel and we pay so much money to do these pro races that sometimes, especially the local races, take note, like if you're making the pro women race 45 minutes, like I'm pissed. Like I'm mad. Like I understand that a lot of times those local races are combined P1, 2, 3 fields. So I understand it, but also like the Cat 3s can race 60 minutes. Like it's not, you're underestimating women. Like it's not that different.
Yeah, it's like if they made gravel races 75 miles for the pro women and then 100 for the pro men.
Exactly.
Like it would be like,
and that's the difference too, right? You have the men always racing longer. And so then I do feel kind of cheated out of it when a local race is 45 minutes and the men's race is still 75 minutes long or longer sometimes. Usually not local races, but it's definitely never 45 minutes for the pro 1-2 men.
Yeah. The 45 minutes for like the Cat 5 men is like the
that's
no,
fine.
I'm joking. Normally it's like 30 minutes, but yeah, that's like the main reason why I stopped doing crits was because I drove to when I lived in Jeffersonville, I drove to Lake Winona, Indiana for Fat and Skinny Tire Festival.
Yeah, and you got to race 30 minutes.
Yeah, and they have 2 crits back-to-back days, but I was working at the bicycle station at the time, so I had to work Saturdays. So I was like, I'll just drive Saturday night, stay at a friend's house, race Sunday, and I like got like 15th or something in the 1, 2, 3 crit, and it was 45 minutes, and I was like, I just drove all this way for 1 crit, and it was 45 minutes long, and I got 15th.
Remember when I drove to the race in Cincinnati with you? Hyde Park Blast. Hyde Park, right?
Yes.
And
I was
it started downpouring rain.
Yes.
And I think I raced for 30 minutes. And like it was definitely because you have that really big downhill. And like if you're having any water pool up on the roads, it's probably like pretty dangerous. I felt fine, but like I definitely respected. I think there was lightning too. Like they had some delays.
Oh my God, there was lightning and thunder.
Yeah, it was a lot. But I remember like I think I raced for like just under 30 minutes. And, you know, halfway through the race, they were like, okay, like 2 laps to go. Like we have to, you know, finish this. And I was like, oh my God, which was like fine. It was fine. But I was definitely like, and you can't control the weather. But
yeah, I was OTB in that race. Not over the bars, off the back.
Oh, I was like,
because that downhill with the rain was so scary. But this was another one of my like defined Esma moments. Was before that
Were
race.
you racing
was
with
like,
me, or was it?
Because I did the 3-4-5 because I was a 3, and then I did the 1-2-3 race.
Aww.
And that was one of my defined Esma moments because like the 3-4-5 race, I was like, I feel like my legs weren't that warmed up, blah, 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 whatever. And I think it was my first 1-2-3 race too. So I was like kind of scared.
Yeah.
But like we were getting ready and then it started raining. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. This is going to be terrible. There's going to be so many crashes. And Esma was like, Grace, you're stressing me out. Stop. You're like, stop being so negative. Yeah, you're like, stop being so negative. And I like literally after that, I was like, oh, okay. And then after that, I was like, no, that's so true. Because I was like, no one wants to be around someone that's like talking about, which is something that I've worked on since then, is like, you can't control the weather.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and we're also,
you can't control what the
it's also our
USAC
choice
officials say.
To be there, right?
Yeah.
Like we're choosing to show up and race and like do this. So might as well make the most of it. Or
like I could have taken myself out and just been like, oh, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Because I felt uncomfortable, but I still decided to do it because I was like,
because you knew you could. Yeah.
Sack up.
Yes. You knew you
That's
could
what Scott
do it.
always says.
I don't even know if there were any crashes. Were there any crashes?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I would have seen because I was at the back the whole time.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was one of my moments where I was like, okay, now when I go to races, like at these gravel races, you show up in like Mid-South, everyone was worried about the mud. And I'm like, can't control it. Yeah. Like, I'm like, if the race still happens because of 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts, like everyone else is going to be out there in the 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And like, I can't do anything about it. And I'm just going to have to race and everyone's in the same situation. You know?
And it's like, I don't know, like nerves are normal. Like we should be nervous. Like if you're not a little nervous before a race, like good for you. But like shit, like I'm nervous before a race, and then like all my nerves just melt away as soon as you know that whistle rings. But I think like we're all normal, and you're allowed to be afraid, but like you also have to be like you just said, Grace, like everyone's doing it together. Like there might be hundreds of you doing this, and like you can do it. You're one of those people who can do it and who can get to the finish line and can like do hard things and like weather the storm. Like I was even watching some of the Belgium races this last week, and the girls got like hailed on. And then like and like I was like, wow, I'm really happy I'm not them, but also like they're gonna finish this race and be like, that was awful, but like we did it, and everyone's okay probably for the most part. I don't know. It's definitely like I think you need to like embody that mentality of like, why not you? You know, like you can be out there too, and do the hard stuff in hard conditions.
Yeah, it's like mentally getting over it, and then you're like, oh, okay, I survived.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then you'll probably go do it again.
Yeah. Because it's like, you just start, especially with cycling, like the anxiety of the performance, but then like the spiraling along with it. And you just like start spiraling and spiraling. Yeah. And then you do it and you're like, wait, why was I freaking out? That really wasn't that bad.
But then I think it must be the way we're built as humans too, and just like our survival instincts, because you forget, like every time you forget that like you did something that was probably even scarier, and now you're up against something else and you're like scared shitless again, and you're like, I don't know if I can do it, and you go through the exact same motions.
That's what I was listening to Emma Chamberlain's podcast, and she was talking about stuff like that where where she was like, whenever you get anxious about something and you start freaking out, you just have to think about what happened the last time that you got anxious and freaked out about something. And that's what I think about bike races. Like,
I love that.
Going into an 100-mile bike race, I'm just like, oh my gosh, am I going to crash? Is something going to happen? Am I going to throw up? Like, all this stuff, because I'm so scared of throwing up. But then I'm like, oh, well, what happened last time? I was completely fine, and I finished.
Yeah.
So it's like, it may happen, but I'll still be fine.
Were
Maybe.
the Qualls girlies nervous?
Yeah, they were. They, like, sent us, so the people listening, Esma and I both come from a similar background. I think we've talked about this, like, briefly before.
Yeah.
But there's a collegiate race in Indiana called Little 500, and it's through the Indiana University, so you have to be a student to participate, and you have to be, like, a full-time student living on campus. You can't go to, like, IU Indianapolis or IU Southern, whatever. You have to go to IU Bloomington to do it. And yeah, be a full-time student. You have to have like a 3.0 GPA, like all this stuff. Like there's this big long rule book that I know way too much about. But this weekend was their qualification, so I went, and they race around on a standard track that's a standard track, so it's 0.25 miles long. And they do bike-to-bike exchanges or single bike exchange. So they, like, grab the bike and run on it like it's cyclocross kind of, but they, like, fully, like, Superman jump and then, like, hop on the bike and go. So quals is 1 lap each person, and then they do that bike-to-bike or single bike exchange.
And
So
the
it's just
first
as
person gets a
fast as you
fly
can
lap.
go. Yeah, the first person gets a fly lap, and then the last person gets to, like, go all the way through the finish line.
No exchange. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're also on fixed gear coaster brake
Mhm.
bikes, so everyone's running the same gear, and when you come in for an exchange, you skid. Like, you literally coaster brake like on the kids' bikes, and you can skid. If you're going at, like, really high speed, you can skid for a
Mhm.
while, and that's kind of the
Yeah.
strat. Like, you want to come in with speed and then hop off the bike at the right speed that's not too fast, but
Mhm.
also you're not losing too much speed passing that bike on to the next person. But for quals, like Grace mentioned, there's an exchange zone. So you can get,
Mhm.
if you, let's see, if the person who's exchanging the bike is still touching the bike outside the exchange zone, then you get disqualified, I guess. You
You
get
get a
another
fault.
a fault,
So,
yeah.
yeah, and then they get 2
2
faults at
tries
their first attempt, and then if they fault twice, then they have to wait till the end of the day for
to
their
go
3rd
again.
qual
Okay.
attempt, and then if they fault a 3rd time, then they don't qual.
Yes, which some teams
It's
are
like a whole
familiar
thing.
with, like, that has happened. Um,
Yeah. I mean, it
so
happened this year too, because there's so many men's and women's
yeah, they
teams.
filled all the women's teams and
Yeah,
men's
I think,
teams,
like,
33
2
teams.
years ago, they finally had 33 teams again
Yeah,
since 2019, which was before COVID, because
yeah,
after COVID, everyone got sent home from school, obviously. So the 2020 race was canceled, and then 2021, we were all wearing face masks in the
yep,
pit
yeah,
outside and had to take it
yep,
off right before we were supposed to bike, and no one was allowed in the stadium.
yeah,
So
yeah, no fans.
that race was pretty
Um,
boring.
yeah, I wasn't even there, I just watched from Florida.
Mm, I was there.
Watch Robert flip over on his head.
Oh gosh, I'd be freaking out.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
but
fine.
quals was fun. I saw Wiley.
Oh, yeah, the boys did good.
Yeah,
How'd the Zana girls do?
good. They
The
got 5th.
track looked fast. That's the other
Yeah,
thing, guys. This track has gone through, like,
the ringer.
when Grace and I were there, it's it's cinders, but I remember they, like, filled it kind of with, I don't know if it was sand or pebbles, but, like, it was a filler that made the track really slow. It, like, rutted it out mega. Like,
Mhm.
it made it super rutted, and, like, so when they rolled it like they did this year, it didn't look nice and compacted and
Mhm.
smooth. It was just, 'cause I was looking at the qual times this year, I'm like, "Whoa, those were really fast qual times
Yeah, I never
comparatively."
remember the qual times, how
Yeah,
fast they are.
yeah,
But
they
yeah,
were
it
fast.
was fun. Like when we like the 2021 race. That's why there were so many crashes. Probably why Robert flipped over his bars, not because of contact, was probably because the track and then contact, because like
so many
in
ruts.
turn 1, so there's like 4 turns in it, obviously, like a NASCAR track, I guess. But in turn 1, there was like a big dip and it was just like sand. So it was like everyone would ride through it, and we're riding on like 32 tires. With tubes in it. And then you have to like get the tire pressure right. So it's funny because now like the Zana girls, when they were rolling, they were like, to warm up, they were like, what tire pressure should we run? And I was like,
oh gosh.
I was like, I honestly have no clue, because I was like,
either. I have no, because they have bigger tires now too, don't they?
I think they have 35s.
Okay.
Maybe, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I do. They have like changed them, because they used to be Pana racers, and now they like 2 years ago or last year they were able to use Kendas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the Kendas went out of stock like nationwide. So then they got to pick between 2 different tires to use.
Okay, interesting. And the wheels look like they're deeper. Like the bikes just look so different than when I was
the
racing.
Wheels are interesting, because I don't think that they're allowed to use as many race parts, like swapping those out as they used to.
Okay.
So yeah, the state wheels that they have are like aluminum wheels, and they're deep, which is just more weight.
Right.
Which is also kind of scary though, because that track, you get such a bad crosswind, or a crosswind literally at any point, because you could be going from 3 to 4 around that bend and still get a crosswind.
Yeah.
So those deeper rims, I feel like, are definitely scarier.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Great. I'm excited to watch the race. Sometime next month. Is it in April? End of April?
Yeah, April 24th and 25th?
Yeah.
Or 25th and 26th.
Yeah.
One of those.
You guys, they live stream it, and it's actually like, if you've never watched it, it's genuinely like, it's such a cool thing to see. I mean, all the students come out, the stands are filled. It's a pretty cool day for IU students, and the fact that it's just IU students racing too is neat. So and
it's all for the Student Foundation, which does scholarships for students at IU. But it is funny though, because it's like every school has their one thing that it's like their big party drink weekend. It's like, I feel like every single school is like, oh, we do this. Like in State College, they have Thon, which is their dance marathon. But then the weekend after that, they do State Patty's Day, because it's in State College. And so funny. State Patty's Day is huge, not on St. Patrick's Day, because they're always gone for St. Patrick's Day. So it's like a huge like drinking party weekend. So it's like, this is IU's big, huge drinking party weekend, but it's all about bikes and racers. Watching a bike race.
How cool is that? Like, and sometimes I know there's a few banners that the students paint, and it's like, IU is a biking school, and like it's so cool. Like, it's just, I don't think I would have ever found the bike if I didn't go to IU. Like, definitely not, actually. So I think I have a lot of pride around that event, and it's so unique.
It's so funny too, because like I always think that, but it's like when you're in college, obviously you're racing with 33 at least, or at most, women's teams. And they all have like 3 to 4 or even more. Like Zana had, I think, 8 people on it when I was in school. So it's like 33 times 8-ish is like a lot of women.
I know.
So it's like, it causes all this like drama and blah, blah, blah. So it's so funny getting out of college, because like, if I'm on a group ride and they're like, oh, so-and-so said this about so-and-so, and I'm like, it's really like not that deep, because I'm like,
oh, that's so funny.
After graduating, this is what I always say, I'm like, after graduating from IU and doing Little 5, I'm like, I got all of my like bike pettiness like out of me. Like, I'm like,
but like, it's literally a breeding ground for it, right? Like, and the relationships, I mean, Robert and I are a Little 500 couple. We
Insert
are
pic here.
Yeah.
Of Esma's broken wrist and Robert.
Oh my gosh, we both got Rookie of the Year. I broke my wrist. My first bike race, or my first little 500, my first and only little 500 actually. And yeah, I didn't know it was broken. I was like, let me back on. Like I need to keep going. And I remember I got so drunk that night, as we all do. And my parents were in town watching the race. And the next morning I texted my mom. I'm like, hey, I think I really need to go to urgent care. Something is actually wrong. And yeah, it ended up being broken. But
yeah. It's so much fun though.
It's so much fun.
Excited.
I'm excited to watch everyone, and it still knowing some of the bike racers currently racing, you're still just as invested.
Wait, that's gonna be the saddest thing for me is that Wiley's a senior, right?
Oh,
or is he a junior? Because Judah,
he might be a junior.
There's all these little 5 kids that
that
Esma
we still
and I know,
love.
or yeah, they're our we're just oh hi,
yeah.
And so it's when I was a senior, they were freshmen, and so now that I'm out of it and I still see them at the races, I'm wait, it's so much fun to still know people on the teams that are racing.
Well,
but I'm after this year, I think I'm gonna be certified unk.
You can't say that. You just have to go back to a training trip, get to know everybody again, and then that's how
That's what I did this past year.
Yeah,
then it's fine.
Well, and Wiley Close, shout out Wiley. He is on the Mog Squad. So
yeah,
and then even Allison Edgar, who raced in Little 500, went on to race some crits, got on Fount, and then now she's also on the Mog Squad.
United and the Mog Squad. She's doing both.
Yeah, it's just I do think, I'm not saying we ushered in the era of of more of them taking it more seriously, but no. I don't know. Robert and I graduated, became pro cyclists, and then there's a bunch of other little pro cyclists coming out of IU after us, and it's really cool. It's what Wiley and what Allison have done, it's really neat. And for Wiley to still be racing the Lil 500, people probably that's inspiring. You have other collegiate racers being oh, that's something I can do. There's more outside of just Lil 500. It's yeah, there's a lot more.
Yeah. Well, and it's wait, what was I gonna say?
Lost it.
No, I did.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't know. But I did see, when I saw Wiley at the track, I was like, oh my gosh, is that Wiley? Oh my God, you're on the Mog Squad. Mog Squad? Wait, Wiley from Mog Squad? And he was like, cool. No, this is Wiley from BKB. I'm on BKB.
BKB. That's great.
Yeah, he was like, I'm here to rep BKB, not the Mog Squad.
And they're all wearing, oh my gosh, this is the other thing. I look back at the photos and I look like an absolute dork. And now they're all in aero socks and aero gloves and evades. And I'm like, wow. And they look cool. They look like proper cyclists. And I did not, oh my gosh, I did not look like
I know the Zana girls were all wearing the matching Hyperthread skin suits. And I was like, slay.
Oh my gosh.
Skin suits for the win. That Esma designed too.
Yeah. I know. I was like, oh, they're still using. Yeah.
I know. That's cute. I love that though.
Oh my gosh. The kit designs have gotten cooler. Any redesigns on us, I'll make them a new one.
Yeah. The Siget boys were wearing ASOS.
Oh my gosh.
TT skin suits that were $800. And I was like,
I know.
And last year they wore the, I don't know what this one is. The Cask Elemento.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Elemento. And then they had all of these gray parts pink, to match their jersey. Cute. So they did all matching, and I was like,
cute.
After, when we saw them at Nick's after, which is the bar, for anyone listening, when we saw them at Nick's after, I was like, so are you guys gonna be selling those pink helmets? Because I would like one. Like,
Please.
actually.
I know if any of our listeners are IU fans or IU alumni, give us a shout, pop in our DMs. We'd love to. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to know if we have some Indiana fans here, because I think it definitely is the foundation of my bike racing.
Oh my gosh, same. Like that is like what I was going off of like the drama that you face in Little Five and all of like the stress and anxiety of it all. And then you graduate and I'm like, I would have never been where I am now without Little Five.
Yeah.
So I'm like, screw them for denying my protest my junior year, like bawling my eyes out, like my life is over. I can't race for 1 year. And then now I'm like, no, it was all a part of the plan. And I'm so glad that like I stuck with it, because I would have never started working in the bike industry. I would have never met Trey.
Yeah.
Like, same with you and Robert. Like, you guys would have never met. You would have never been biking now. So it's, like, just funny to think what I could have or would have been doing. Yeah. Because I'm like, what if I just, like, worked a boring job and, like, didn't even bike and just, like, hated my life? Like, what would I be doing?
Not Bonk Babes.
Exactly.
Speaking of...
yes, hating my life.
Scott followed me on Instagram.
Scott
today.
McGill?
Yeah.
So random.
I was like, yes.
Wow,
Thank you,
you're
Scott.
official now.
Yes. I made it.
Yeah, he's in Girona. It's so funny. So if anyone wants any of the boys have talked about it on the Bonk Bros of being, I think they referenced it as bib sniffers.
I knew this was going here.
But wait, did I talk about this? How Scott gave Trey all of his like old kits to sell?
Oh, yeah, this sounds familiar. And then,
so like,
did they all sell?
No, there's some. Okay, well, there's still some like AE Velo or whatever that team is, and then like wildlife stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm like, those are so old.
Okay,
but if you need if you want any of Scott's old kits,
it is fun having like some old pro kit. Like, that's fun. Like, wildlife, goated team. Like, they were a goated team. So
if you like cheetah print too in fun colors, maybe the kit's for you.
And,
go hit up Trey's eBay account.
I actually have a ton of kit I'm looking at right now that I need to donate. Do you think the Zana girls want it?
Yeah, they definitely would need it. That is like the best. I like literally just brought them a box of just like literally old t-shirts.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I had a Zip t-shirt, a BKB t-shirt, like a Black shirt, like all this. And then like I had like multiple of the same Envy t-shirts. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I'll just give like all these bike themed t-shirts, like random stuff to the girls.
It means so much to them. I know I did that a couple years ago. I had a bunch of industry tees that I sent. I think I sent it to the boys because I'm like, they'll appreciate these. And it's like, the Zip and Specialized, and Wiley is my size, so I knew he'd fit in.
Oh my gosh.
in all of it.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah, one of the girls on the training trip, she like crashed. It was Evie's younger sister, Sophie. And so she crashed, and then Evie had a really bad concussion when she was in Little Five. So she was like, you're not wearing that helmet again. Like, it's already way too old, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I was like, Sophie, I have a extra helmet and an extra pair of sunglasses if you want them at my house. I was like, once we get back from Florida, I can send them to you. Yeah. And I sent them to her, and she was like, oh my gosh, I love these. I gave her a Boobs Are Arrow t-shirt.
Yes.
Because she was talking about the Bonk Babes.
Cute.
Yeah. It's so cute.
Do we have more merch coming soon?
I'm not sure. I think Danielle is working on something. Okay. I'm working on the website.
Cool.
It's hard to like, so it's on Shopify, but it's like hard because I have to put in, before I can open the website, first we have to have like the merch and all that stuff. Right. But then I have to put in an address for where the business is. And I'm like, okay. I don't want to put my address. Like, I don't want to put my address and have people know where I live. Like,
wait,
even
but
though
it's
I have
not going to show up on
I think
website.
It shows up on the bottom.
Oh.
I think it's like a legal thing where it has to show up on the bottom because Scott did this with his business. He has like a random, like, I don't know, Robert would like it. It's like a pig cooker.
Like, so weird.
renter thing, and you rent out these like cookers to like cook pigs on, and can you tell how mad I am? And he does that, and he was like, oh yeah, like the LLC is under my mom's address, so like the Google
just put
the Google business is under his mom's address, and I'm like, I would not want people showing up to my mom's house. Yeah,
we
so I
need
was
an
like,
HQ.
Literally, we'll make one.
Yeah.
We'll just get like a storage unit, and then people will show up and be like, Bonk Babes.
That's
no,
crazy.
I need to figure that out. Shopify is so hard too. Like, you've edited websites too, from like Blitz stuff.
I just
I've done the
Orea's website too.
Ooh.
We use GoDaddy, and so I don't know if that would be.
Well, I assumed
better.
Oh yeah, because you guys are selling stuff too, yeah.
Yeah, but I think you have to upgrade to sell stuff on GoDaddy at least. Which Shopify is probably more built into it.
Yeah, I'm just like more familiar with Shopify through work. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll just do Shopify because then it'll be the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's still so confusing because like at work the other day, this is so bad. But so at Stans, I'm making a athletes and ambassador page on the website.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I was like, like adding in these photos of the athletes. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, lunchtime. And I was like, save and close. Went to lunch, got a message from my coworker. He was like,
published?
Hey, are you by your computer right now? And I was like, oh no. And then I was like, no, I'm at home eating lunch right now. What's up? And he was like, yeah, so like no big deal, like I'm fixing it now, but like you just made the athletes and ambassadors page like the front page of Stans. Like when people go on .com, it's like literally like a messed up, like it says athletes and then there's like a photo here and then
is it all fixed? I'm going.
Yeah, it's all fixed.
No.
This was like last week or 2 weeks ago.
That's so funny, Grace.
Yeah, I was like, okay, moment of panic really quick.
That's the worst. Hey, are you at your computer right now?
Yeah, I was like, no. And I honestly knew, like in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, I must have messed something up. Like I was like, I must have like seriously messed something up because I was talking to him at like 9 a.m. about the website and then I started working on it. So I'm like, of course, like when I closed my computer and like saved it, it probably switched something that wasn't. And of course, like he was like, oh, just go over here so that it doesn't mess up like the actual website so that you're just, and I was like, oh yeah, no, like I would never.
I know what I'm doing.
Like I'm That's way crazy. Too smart and pretty to mess up the front page of the website. But I did.
Oh.
So. Yeah, you live and you learn.
That's so funny.
What do you guys have a tire sponsor on your team?
We don't, but we are using Conti GPs. But we don't have an official tire sponsor. That is just the tire that Kendall and the girls really like running.